morning, everyone. Today we're making gluten-free buttermilk pancakes. Now, do you like your pancakes that have that sort of buttery, crispy edge and they're nice and light and fluffy on the inside? Well, we're gonna do that today. And I'm gonna show you 3 tips that you need to do in order to achieve it. And we're also gonna show you how to make some buttermilk out of just 2 ingredients, and it takes 5 or 6 minutes. So I'm Rockin' Robin, and I'm gonna show you how to do it right after this. I'm going to go over the ingredients as we place them into 2 bowls. So we're going to start with our dry ingredient bowl. So for our dry ingredients, first up we have our flour. Now I'm using Bob's Red Mill 1-to-1 gluten-free flour, so that works great in this recipe. To that we're going to add some baking powder, baking soda, some sugar, salt, and a little bit of cinnamon. Now then we want to whisk this to combine it really well. So for our wet ingredients, I have another bowl here, and I have my, my buttermilk, which I'm going to pour into the bowl here. Now, I told you earlier that I was going to show you how to make buttermilk, which is quick and easy. So what you want to do is take 1 cup of whole milk, or 2%. Higher fat makes it a little bit nicer. To that, you're going to add 1 tablespoon of fresh lemon juice or white distilled vinegar, and you're going to stir it up, and then, let it sit for 5 to 7 minutes, and voila, you've got buttermilk. And you know what's good about making your own buttermilk? Glad you asked. Well, that is that you make exactly the amount that you need. You don't have to go to the store and buy a carton of it, and then you use a little bit of it and have to store it, and then you end up throwing it away. So to our buttermilk, we're going to add some vanilla extract, 1 egg, and some melted butter. Take your whisk and whisk it to combine it really well. And in case you didn't know, you can click the button down below where it says show more, and you can get the written recipe down there in the description, so be sure and do that. Now all we have to do is pour the wet ingredients into the dry ingredients and stir it up with a nice wooden spoon. Now you don't want to overmix this, you just want to stir it enough just to get everything combined and wet. Lumps are okay. Before we get started cooking, I just wanted to give you the 3 tips for how to get your pancakes to have that nice little buttery, crispy edge on them and be light and fluffy on the inside. Well, here they are. First tip, use a cast iron pan like we're going to do right here today, and that really will give you some nice texture and flavor. Next, you want to use some sugar in your batter. So that's what we did, right? You saw that. We've added a little bit of sugar that helps to caramelize the sugars when you heat them up, and it gives you that crispy edge as well. And then the last thing is to use butter when you cook them. So I'm going to be placing some butter in here, and that's going to give us our nice buttery, crispy edge with that fluffy pancake. So I'm heating these up right now. It's on low heat right now. I'm going to go up just a little bit. And how do you know when your pan is ready for pancakes? Because you want it to be hot. What I'm going to do, just to show you, is I'm going to throw some water into this pan. And you can see that it kind of bubbled up, but they didn't really bounce off the pan. And that's what I want to see before I add that, because it's not that hot. Okay, I'm going to place some butter in my pan here, and I'm just going to spread it around so it gets everywhere. Nice thing about cast iron, you can't really scratch it up. And you're not going to get that crispy edge if you use a non-stick pan. So I've got a little spoon here, a little ladle, and you can see the batter's kind of thick, but that's okay. It'll spread out. And you can put in here, however big you want to make them and however many you want. Now we're going to let that cook, and we're waiting for the bubbles to develop on top of the pancake, and then you'll see a nice brown crispy edge forming as they cook. So now let's do our second batch. So I'm waiting for those bubbles to form. You can see them, they're starting to form. And you know what I like to do with bubbles? I like to pop them. Pop, pop, pop those bubbles. And you can play with your heat, turn it up a little bit if things are moving along a little slow, and if they seem to be moving too fast, then of course turn them down. Okay, so I'm going to check this one here. Let's look under there. It looks nice and golden brown, so I'm going to flip it over. Now I can feel right here that got that little crispy edge. I like that crispy edge. All right, I'm going to turn this one over. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and take these out and set them. I have a plate over here that's nice and warm from the heat from the stove. It'll help keep my pancakes nice and warm. Now our second batch looks like it's probably ready to go over. Yep. You can tell things start to look a little more firm on top. Okay, our last batch is done. These smell amazing. All right, guys, here's my pancakes. I'm gonna put even more butter on top. Now I've heated up my maple syrup, of course, because you want to add warm syrup to your nice hot pancakes. I have never had a better pancake than this. This is, to me, the ultimate. It's buttery, it's light and fluffy, it's got that little crispy edge on it. I'm telling you guys, try this. It is delicious. You're gonna love it. Gluten-free or not, who cares? It is good. So thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to subscribe to my channel, click that button right at the end of the video up here, and the bell below the video will notify you when new videos come out every week, so don't miss them. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below in the comment section. I'd love to hear from you. And we'll see you next time.